The time of the Lord Jesus and the early church before the destruction of Jerusalem, the two tribes which composed the southern kingdom, Judah, the larger of the two, and Benjamin, the smaller of the two, formed what is called the southern kingdom, or Judah. Israel was the northern kingdom where the 10 tribes were. The southern kingdom was the two tribes of Judah and Benjamin, called Judah because it was the largest of the two nations, two tribes. During the time of Christ, it was the southern kingdom that was still living in Judea. The northern kingdoms had been dispersed through the various captivities and persecutions. The Judahites were the ones still living in Judea. When you see the word Jew or Jews in the New Testament, that's the English variation, what it's referring to are those Israelites from the southern kingdom, Judah, that were Judahites. So if you remember that, when you read that word Jew in our King James Bible, it's Judahite, the southern kingdom. And so this lost 10 tribe thing has been going on for a long time. But the fact is, and I told you this earlier, when Herod was king, in a jealous rage, he ordered that all of the genealogical records of the Jews be destroyed. For centuries, dating back to the earliest days of the Old Testament, the Jewish people kept meticulous records of their ancestry. It was all written down, documented, and preserved in these scrolls that were preserved in Jerusalem. They were religiously preserved. Herod ordered the destruction, the burning of all of these records. This was after Luke had given us the chronologies of Christ, and Matthew, one from the line of Adam, one from the line of Abraham, one through Mary, one through Joseph. You remember that? Luke 1, Matthew 1. No doubt Matthew and Luke went to those scrolls that were preserved, the record, and were able to trace the genealogy of Joseph and Mary from those records. And that's how all of the Jewish people and their families were able to trace their ancestry. After Herod burned the genealogical records, the only thing the people of Israel had to cite their ancestral record was from memory. Then AD 70 comes along. Rome totally and thoroughly destroys, and that's the message that we're talking about, the destruction of Jerusalem that I preached a few weeks ago that I'm urging everyone to get. Destroyed the temple in its entirety, the city, and all of the Judahites living in Jerusalem. So the clearest, or should I say maybe the latest recollections of the genealogical records. In the minds of those people, all of those people were killed. So then it came to their ancestors, their posterity, to try and in their mind recall their genealogy. So over the generations, the genealogical reality of the Judahites, as well as any of the other tribes, was totally expunged, to the point that today there is not a professing Jew alive that could actually prove his genealogy and his ancestry. Not one.